Yo, what is up, guys? Thank you for coming back to Let's Drift Media. Hoping to go test drive the 240 today. I was just outside right now. I bled the clutch and I gotta bleed the cooling system and figure out why the brake lights are on. It's probably something up with my stoplight switch, but clutch feels good. Shifted into gear. No grinding or anything, so that's good. Alright, so here's the beast in the daytime, guys. This shit looks so fucking hard with no bumper right now, since I got rid of all those wires just hanging down and stuff. So I tightened the tie rods, I bled the clutch, I just gotta bleed the cooling system and bolt this wiper motor back in. So hopefully I can still put it in, because I just popped the socket off of that little thing, off the armature thing. So hopefully I can pop it in. If not, then I'm probably not gonna have wipers for right now. But that's all I gotta do right now, and then I gotta move the Lexus somehow. That thing's running like shit. When I bled the clutch, I just used this water bottle trick. Again, shout out to Stan for showing me this. It's a life changer if you ever gotta bleed brakes or your clutch or anything like that, or that's all I could think of. Then you just get a hose and a water bottle, drill a hole in the bottom of the water bottle or the top, shove the hose through there and cut a slit at the top, and then you just plug that hose into the slave cylinder, crack it open, and then you just keep pushing on the clutch, pulling it out, push it, pull it out, push it, pull it out, and make sure you have the reservoir filled up. And keep an eye on that, because as you're doing that, you're going to be pushing air out of the clutch line and into that water bottle reservoir. You just do it a bunch of times. It's easy. If you do have somebody, it helps because they can tell you when it's like no air bubbles coming out anymore. But if you're by yourself, just keep pumping it, pumping it, pumping it. Do it like 15 times or something just to be safe, depending on how much air is in the system. And then close off that slave cylinder and pump the clutch a couple times and you should be good to go. Just make sure the clutch reservoir is topped off. But that's good right now, so let's get started with the rest of the shit. So I should let this cooling system bleed now. Took a little longer to get that situated because I forgot to tighten those little brackets that mount to the engine to the bell housing on the bottom. So I had to tighten those up, and then I had to align that little plate in between the trans and the engine because I couldn't get one of the bolts through. But we got that situated. Figured out the rattling noise is the hood touching the fender right now. I don't know why, maybe I bent the fender or the hood. But yeah. Alright guys, so figured out the brake light situation. It was just because I had the push rod from the brake master extended out or not enough. So fix that. Heater is blowing pretty hot now. I'm still just gonna run it a little bit longer. But yeah guys, sounding real good, looking good. Now I just gotta move all these cars around so you give it a good test drive. Alright guys, so we got the S14 out on the street, out of the driveway. Pretty excited, pretty nervous. I'm gonna just roll with no bumper, fuck it. And the hood's vibrating a lot, so I didn't latch it. But it'll just be a good little test drive. I'm gonna go to In-N-Out, like always. Let's fucking go. Alright, so right off the bat, I start hearing like a squeaking noise. And I don't know if you can see in there. I don't know why, the drive shaft is sitting a lot closer to the trans now. The only thing I'm thinking that could cause this is either the motor mounts or the trans mounts, but I don't think the motor mounts would be the problem. So I'm gonna look at the old trans mount and compare the size and see what's up with that, because it's doing the same thing it did last time when I had like shot subframe bushings. Like when you start coming to a stop, like the whole back end just vibrates like crazy. So that scared the shit out of me, but that's, I don't know what the fuck's up with that, but I mean, it drives pretty good besides that. So it actually doesn't really drive good yet, so hopefully I can fix this before this fucking drift event. Alright, so under the car now, you guys can see right here, this drive shaft is just like hella pushed up against the trans. So I'm thinking maybe that this trans mount makes the trans sit a little bit higher than the stock one does. So it's creating a weird angle for this, because I had the same problem last time. And it was because my rear subframe bushings were shot. So like the whole back end of the car was basically scooting up towards the trans when you were braking. So it was just like creating a horrible noise. Like the noise it makes is horrible. Like feels like the whole car is about to fall apart, because like the whole car is literally, when you're like coming to a stop and like the back end's catching up, it's just like ah! So it's pretty scary shit. So hoping it's that trans mount. I'm gonna pop this off right now and see, because I don't know what else it could be, because that's like the only thing I changed on this shit. I didn't change anything with the back suspension or anything like that. So, and the motor mounts shouldn't change that. So we'll see right now. Alright, so we got the old mount back on there. Now it's still touching a little bit, but that's kind of how it was before. Earlier that shit was like wedged up in there, at least I think. So I'm gonna take it out for a test drive again and see. Hopefully it fucking made the problem go away, because that shit was not drivable like that. Alright, so far so good. It's still rubbing against the trans a little bit, but it's not as bad as before. Earlier that shit was like fucking straight smoking. So we'll see right now. I'm almost at in and out. I think we're good though, because I didn't make that harsh ass vibration again. Alright, so I think we're good, guys. At in and out. I think it was just that trans mount that was causing the rubbing. So still rubs a little bit now, but at least it doesn't shake the fuck out of the car when you're coming to a stop. I think that trans mount was just sitting too high.
Get number 27, please.
But seems good. I think we're good, guys. Hope we're good. Something has to still be sitting differently than it used to, since the drive shaft is rubbing again, but it's not rubbing too bad, so hopefully have no problems with this. Alright guys, so fuck yeah, car runs good. This car's still slow as shit. I was tripping the other day where I said like, oh, it revs up fast. Like, yeah, no, this shit's still slow. But I think it's just because I wasn't driving it for a while, so I forgot what it was like for it to rev up. But besides that, drives good. Steering feels so crisp and like just like on point with those bushings. My rack before had to have been flopping around like crazy. So those motor mounts do make the motor sit, I think, at a different position. That, or since they're fresh, they're not sagging like the OEM mounts. So that's why now my drive shaft is rubbing a little bit. I think that's with the combination of the rear solid subframe bushing, since it sits the subframe closer to the chassis. So maybe that with the motor mounts, it's at like kind of a strange angle, but it's all good. That's how it was before when I first had it with the solid mounts, and then it just slowly stopped making the noise from the rubbing. So I can't really do anything about that unless like I got like a custom shorter drive shaft or something, but I'm not gonna fuck with that. At least now it's drivable. Tomorrow I'm gonna mount some tires at work. I got those loaded up in the Lexus, and then clean this thing up, do an alignment hopefully next week sometime at work, and get ready for that drift event on Friday, guys. So hope to see you guys out there. Thank you guys for sticking with me, watching the video, watching the progress. Super pumped right now. Bay looks fresh as fuck. It's like my drift car. Whoa. So it looks fresh as fuck. I'm just all in love again. I forgot how much fun these cars are, so super fucking excited to go drifting. Yeah, so that's it for today's episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, but I'll catch you guys next time. Peace! That felt kind of weird, so until next time, guys, peace!